This is the OTB Network.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. A very busy weekend of racing, particularly at Delaware Park, but all around the country. Final weekend of stakes racing action before the shift to summer racing at Saratoga in the East Coast and Del Mar in the West Coast, closing out Belmont and Hollywood Park. But we're going to get things kicked off with an exciting weekend of racing at Delaware Park. They got things kicked off on their biggest weekend of the year with the RRM Carpenter Memorial, a $100,000 event for 3-year-olds and up, going a mile and a 16th. Let's head down to Delaware now for the Carpenter Memorial.
We're set. And they're off in the Carpenter Memorial. He's a knockout. Toward the inside, fires away. Up on the outside, Jarf has set the challenge in the early going. Those two are head-to-head as they pass the finish line the first time. Bowman's Band settles nicely in third, with Marciano tucked in toward the inside in fourth. Now a gap of about 4 lengths to Grundlefoot on the inside of Lyricist. And as they make their way around that first turn, your trailer runs past him. He's a knockout, still leads up, but being challenged by Jarf all the way around the turn. Good on his quarter in 23 seconds flat. It's a gap of 3 lengths further back to Bowman's Band on the outside of Marciano. They're running as a team. Then a gap of 6 lengths further back to Grundlefoot, who's going solo in 5th, followed by Lyricist, and runs past him is your trailer as they move down the backstretch. Still battling on the front end. He's a knockout on the inside. Jarf on the outside, though, now matching strides. 3 lengths to Marciano and Bowman's Band, hoping to benefit from that duel. Then a gap of 5 or 6 more to Grundlefoot. A gap of 3.5 to Lyricist, and on the inside runs past him. Half in, 45 and 3, sprint like fractions. Missed take its toll on the dueling duo on the front end. He's a knockout, and Jarf. Bowman's Band now a threatening third. 2 lengths to Marciano. Grundlefoot begins to gain ground steadily. Then runs past him, is kicking in. Lyricist drops back to last. Bowman's Band taking over now as they reach the quarter-mile marker. Bowman's Band by half a length over Jarf. Grundlefoot is gobbling up ground into third. Marciano is hanging a bit, dropping out of it. He's the knockout, runs past him, trying to kick in. Bowman's Band showing the way, the 6 in, 1:10-1. Over an eighth of a mile to go. Bowman's Band has to fend off Grundlefoot. Bowman's Band on the inside by a length and a half. Grundlefoot is trying to run him down in second. 3 lengths further back to runs past him. Bowman's Band is digging in and hanging in there gamely. Grundlefoot is trying but doesn't have enough. Bowman's Band and Ramon Dominguez will win it. Grundlefoot second, runs past him third.
Bowman's Band, a horse that we've seen a number of times in New York, now based in the Mid-Atlantic and picking up a 2.25 length victory as the 2-to-1 favorite over Grundlefoot, who rallied from off the pace, runs past him, made his usual off-the-pace charge as the longest shot on the board to finish in the 3rd spot in a solid game effort. Jarf, another New York horse down there for the try at stakes money, picks up the 4th spot. The winner, Bowman's Band, is a 4-year-old chestnut son of Dixieland Band from Hometown Queen by Pleasant Colony, bred in Kentucky by John W. Rooker. He is owned by Martin Schwartz and trained by Michael Matz. Ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez, Bowman's Band completes the mile in a 16th in 1:42.4. Next, we're going to continue with turf racing this time, the R.G. Dick Memorial Stakes. This is for fillies and mares going long on the turf. $150,000 is the purse. We are going to join this race in progress due to time constraints. Let's head down to Delaware now for the running of the R.G. Dick Memorial Stakes.
The 6 in, 1:16-3. The action's going to quicken shortly. Take It Off still leads it with Rum. La Puma's a close-up third. Lengthening it further back to Kiki with Clear Sailing. On the outside of New Real Deal, Peanut Gallery weaving her way between horses. Then a lengthening up to New Economy, followed by Deborah Sitka and Jenna Sieta. As they go into the turn, it's still Take It Off, challenged by Rum. A length and a quarter further back to La Puma. Toward the inside, Peanut Gallery, followed by Kiki. 2 lengths to New Economy, has to kick in now, followed by New Real Deal, Deborah Sitka and Jenna Sieta. The leader should have something left as they head for home. It's still on the inside, Take It Off, followed by Rum. La Puma's trying to kick in on the far outside. Peanut Gallery looking to split horses, followed by New Economy. She's kicking in now. A furlong to go. Rum leads it. La Puma is there. New Economy's coming on the outside. Peanut Gallery angles toward the inside. New Economy's flying on the outside for Dominguez. And New Economy and Ramon Dominguez edging away. Ramos Gamely hanging on the second. Late run. Genesieta, I think, got third. It's tight, though, with Kiki toward the inside in La Puma.
New Economy and Ramon Dominguez, who continues to ride extremely well in the Mid-Atlantic Circuit, picking up a 2-1 victory here, once again as the favorite from off the pace. Never terribly far back, rallied very nicely, leaving the far turn, and drove to nearly a 2-length victory over New York-bred Rum, who has been very competitive against good open company out of town for the last year or so. She had a neck in front of Genesieta, who rallied from way back off the pace after an unhurried trip in the early going, just missing the top, or just missing the second spot by about a neck. The winner, New Economy, is a 4-year-old bay filly, a daughter of Red Ransom from Sunyata by Proud Truth, bred in Kentucky by R.S. Evans and owned by Robert Evans, trained by Graham Motion and ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. New Economy completes the mile in 3/8 on the turf course in 2:17 and 3. Next, we're going to take a look at the Grade 3 Delaware Oaks for 3-year-old fillies, $250,000 going a mile and a 16th. Let's head down to Delaware for the running of the Delaware Oaks.
And they're off in the Grade 3 Delaware Oaks. That's a perfect start for them all. Toward the outside, past the Virtue, All-American Birdie right there, as is Alternate and Adoration. 4 across the track into the first turn. Fly Borbolita racing in 5th and Knock Twice will settle in the 6th as they make their way into the bend. All-American Birdie on the outside and Alternate on the inside, and Alternate now leads it by 3 parts of a length. All-American Birdie racing 2nd. Adoration settles in nicely with the rail 3rd, followed by past the Virtue in 4th as they round that first turn in 22 and 3. Excellent clip for these as they reach the back stretch, with Alternate leading by half a length. All-American Birdie pressing the issue 2nd. It's over 2 lengths to Adoration, who settles nicely in the 3rd. Down toward the inside, Knock Twice has slipped up there, followed by Past the Virtue, and Fly Borbolita is the trailer, but only about 6 lengths behind, as All-American Birdie now takes over, leads it by a neck. Alternate is back in second, half in 46 and 2. A good tempo with a half mile to go. 2 lengths to Adoration on the outside of Long Shot and Knock Twice, then Past the Virtue, and the trailer still is Fly Borbolita, but still only about 5.5 lengths separates this field. All-American Birdie now to the front as they race into the turn for Larry Melanson, leads it by a length. Alternate is off the inside now, trying to attack on the outside, followed by Past the Virtue, trying to kick in 3rd. Adoration has to do more in 4th, and Fly Borbolita and Knock Twice now dropping out of it. They've got to catch All-American Birdie, and their work is cut out. She sizzles the 6 and 1, 11 flat as they turn for home. All-American Birdie, she opens up 4 on the field. Alternate couldn't stay with her. Then Past the Virtue, followed by Fly Borbolita. Well, this is All-American Birdie. She's striding away nicely by 5. Alternate is hanging on the 2nd, then Past the Virtue. It's All-American Birdie to win the Delaware Oaks under Larry Melanson by 5. Alternate getting 2nd, Past the Virtue 3rd.
All-American Birdie puts herself in the 3-year-old picture in a possible try at the Alabama in Saratoga next, with a 6 1/4 length handy victory over Alternate, with Past the Virtue in the 3rd spot. All-American Birdie duking it out in the early going with Alternate, was able to put that one away and draw off to a very sharp victory here. For familiar connections, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see trainer Steve Flint bring this horse up to Saratoga. All-American Birdie is a 3-year-old bay daughter of Quiet American from Clever Birdie by Timeless Native. Bred in Kentucky by Bert Klein, owned by Richard Bertram and Elaine Klein, trained by Steve Flint, and ridden to victory by Larry Melanson. All-American Birdie completes the mile in the 16th of the Delaware Oaks in 1:43 and 4. We're going to continue with Sunday Stakes racing action with the Grade 3 Kent Breeders' Cup Stakes. $250,000 on offer for 3-year-olds, going a mile and an 1/8 on the turf. Let's head down to Delaware again for the running of the Kent.
And they're off in the Kent Breeders' Cup. That's a pretty good start for them all. Coco's Madness away well. Star Captain on the outside, Seeking Greatness. as they come down that chute, Seeking Greatness with a slim advantage over Star Captain. Regal Sanction with the rail in third, followed by Coco's Madness looking for a spot, finding one in fourth. Mias Approval now settles in the fifth, toward the inside Irv's Creek, then Coahoma, and the trailer is Quest Star, already 10 lengths off the pace, being set by Seeking Greatness as Ramon Dominguez looks to slow things down just a bit as they race into that clubhouse turn. Seeking Greatness by a length over Star Captain. Coco's Madness up on the outside, and down toward the inside Regal Sanction saving all the ground. Next in line, Mias Approval sitting in a pretty fifth. Then comes Coahoma, Irv's Creek, and 5 more to Quest Star. Opening quarter in 24-1 as they reach the backstretch, and Seeking Greatness and Dominguez going easily on the front end by 2. Star Captain racing second, length and a half further back to Coco's Madness. Now Mias's Approval moves up with Clear Sailing on the outside for Bailey in fourth. Regal Sanction with the rail. Coahoma is a close-up sixth, then a gap of 2.5 to Irv's Creek, and the trailer Quest Star only about 7 lengths separates this field with a half mile to go. Half in 47-4, not fast fractions being set by Seeking Greatness, now joined by Star Captain. Mias Approval on the outside. Coco's Madness looking to get out of there. Regal Sanction toward the inside. Then comes Coahoma. Trailers are Irv's Creek and Quest Star. 3/8 to go. Seeking Greatness still. Star Captain, Mias Approval, those 3 across the track. A length and a half further back to Coco's Madness, trying to kick in with Regal Sanction and Coahoma as they head for home. Bailey sends Mias Approval to the front, opens up 2 lengths on the field. Between horses, Regal Sanction is kicking in. Coco's Madness on the outside. Late run from Quest Star, splitting horses. But it's Mias Approval and Jerry Bailey in front, in command. And Mias Approval will win the Kent Breeders' Cup. Regal Sanction is going to get second, tight for third. Coco's Madness on the inside. Quest Star, it's tight for third and fourth.
Mias Approval and Jerry Bailey shipping down for Bill Mott and picking up a 4+ length victory as the heavy odds-on choice here. Regal Sanction involved right from the start after being boxed in the early going. Picks up the second spot. A dead heat between Quest Star and Coco's Madness, both at just under 7-1 for the third spot. Coco's Madness fairly close to the early pace. Quest Star rallying from far, far back after showing no speed whatsoever. The winner, Mias Approval, making only his second start of the season, his first victory on the year. He was a very, very good 2-year-old turfer last year for Bill Mott. Returns with a very nice effort here. I imagine he may next be pointed for the Grade 1 Secretariat in the middle of the Arlington meet. Mias Approval is a 3-year-old bay son of Mias Son from Win Approval by With Approval, bred in Florida by the Live Oak Stud, owned by Live Oak Plantation, trained by Bill Mott, ridden to victory by regular rider Jerry Bailey. Mias Approval completes the mile in 1/8 of the Kent Breeders' Cup Stakes in 1:48.4. Next, we're going to head back to Delaware for the running of probably their premier race of the year, the Delaware Handicap, a race that's seen its fortunes ebb and flow over a long history. Now a Grade 3, but with a $600,000 purse for fillies and mares going 1.25 miles. Certainly drew a very strong field of fillies and mares. Let's head down to Delaware now for their premier race, the Delaware Handicap.
We're about set to go. And they're off in the Delaware Handicap. That is a perfect start for them all. Quiet Lake breaks well toward the inside. Will have a slim lead as they come off that brief chute, but on the outside, here comes Mountain Angel, where she wants to be on the front end. Pompey up on the outside, being nudged by Pat Day to go on in the early going. Summer County tucks in perfectly toward the inside, followed by 2 Item Limit. Up on the outside, Star caught 3 wide. Quiet Lake now shuffled back to 6th, right alongside Critical Eye, followed by You're Out and the other Canadian import. The trailer is Catch the Ring as they race into that first turn. Opening quarter in 23-4. As they move around the turn, Mountain Angel trying to dictate the tempo, leads it by 1.25. Pompey right there second, and Summer County still tucked in nicely, chomping at the bit in third. On the outside, Star is fourth, 2 Item Limit, a length further back in fifth. A length and a half further back to Quiet Lake, followed by Critical Eye. Gap of 3 to You're Out, and the trailer is Catch the Ring. They've got 6 furlongs to go. The opening half in a moderate 48-2 for this group as they race down the Delaware backstretch. Mountain Angel and Georgie Chavez still leads it by 3/4 of a length over Pompey. Star up on the outside, racing in third, and Summer County biding her time toward the inside. 2 Item Limit moving up on the outside, a close-up fifth. 2 lengths to Quiet Lake, 2 more lengths to Critical Eye. Then comes You're Out and Catch the Ring. They've got a half mile to go. The 6 in 1:13.2. Not that fast a tempo being set by Mountain Angel. Pressed still by Pompey. Star on the outside of Summer County. 2 Item Limit going to try and close that one down. down. Summer Colony toward the inside. She's kind of boxed in right now. And Pompey and Pat Day is taking over 3/8 to go. Being pursued by Barely on 2 item limit. Summer Colony has to get out, and she does in third. Dropping back Mountain Angel. You're out is circling the field from the back of the park. Here comes the hometown hero. You're out, and Ramon Dominguez. And she's in front as they head for home. Quarter mile to go, the 139. And you're out is battling Pompey for the lead. You're out against the edge clear. Pompey toward the inside. Summer Colony is trying to kick in third. You're out, Ramon Dominguez. Summer Colony is winning the game now. Here comes Summer Colony, and she catches you in the final 50 yards. She's quite a filly.
Summer Colony, arguably the very best older female horse on the East Coast, the only horse to have ever beaten Azeri, picking up a very nice victory here. She is a gamer. She doesn't often win in stakes company anyhow by long margins. You may remember her, however, as the filly who won by 22 lengths up here at Saratoga last summer, breaking her maiden when asked to stretch out for the first time. She has been a solid competitor ever since, going long on the main track. Johnny Velasquez in for the ride and gets a neck victory over You're Out at 7.5 to 1, rallying from far off the pace. 2 item limit, had a little bit of trouble in the early going. Did make a bit of a bid heading into the stretch, but was unable to match the 2 in front of her. Summer Colony, a 4-year-old dark bay or brown filly, a daughter of Summer Squall from Probable Colony by Pleasant Colony, was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Mr. Edward P. Evans. It's trained by Mark Hennig and ridden to victory by regular rider John Velasquez. I'm not sure what the plan is for this filly next out. I wouldn't be surprised to see her up here at Saratoga for the highlighted race at the end of the meet for fillies and mares, the Personal Ensign. Summer Colony completes the 1.25 miles at Delaware Park in 2:04 and 2. One other big event that I usually keep an eye out for at Delaware this weekend is an ungraded listed stakes race called the Cape Henlopen, going long on the turf for older horses. A lot of horses come out of that race and head up here to turf racing at Saratoga. Last few years it's been John's Call victorious in this race. He of course retired now, but the Cape Henlopen was divided into 2 divisions this year. It drew a big field overflowing into 2 divisions. We are going to show you both divisions. We are going to join them in progress, however, for time constraints. Let's head now down to Delaware Park and take a look at the first division of the $55,000 Cape Henlopen Stakes.
Twilight Prince leads it by about 8 or 9 as they race around the clubhouse turn. The 6 goes in 1, 12, and 3, a pretty good tempo being set by Twilight Prince, who leads the field by about 8 or 9 lengths as they head down the backstretch with 5 furlongs to go. Nordigus still racing second, 5-headed Duck toward the outside. Then comes Dawn of the Condor in 4th. Rochester moves up alongside 5th, followed by, on the inside, Canal Town. Mosifus is there. Monkey Puzzle moves up between horses, and the trailer is now Barnabas. Half mile to go, the mile in 1:39. Twilight Prince continues to show the way. The lead is down to 4 lengths. Nordigus on the inside. 5-headed Duck is right there. Rochester begins to move in 4th. Dawn of the Condor trying to kick in 5th. Now Monkey Puzzle begins to lengthen stride, followed by Barnabas, Canal Town, and the trailer Mosifus. The pace has quickened. Around the bend they go. Twilight Prince still leads it by 3 parts. 5-headed Duck is right there. Rochester a threatening 3rd. Monkey Puzzle moves up from the back. Then Dawn of the Condor. Nordigus hanging in there toward the inside as they head for home. Now from the outside, Pat Day sends Rochester to the front, still being hand-ridden. A confident Pat Day leads it by a length. 5-headed Duck on the inside, then Dawn of the Condor on the outside. Monkey Puzzle. It's Rochester still in command. On the outside, Dawn of the Condor. Rochester will win it. Dawn of the Condor getting second. I think 5-headed Duck held off Monkey Puzzle for 3rd.
Rochester, unhurried in the early going, made a quick move outside of horses and ridden out to a 1.25 length victory under Pat Day over Dawn of the Condor, who broke quite well, settled back a little bit, and re-rallied into the 2nd spot. Phi-Beta Doc looking to regain some of the form that he once showed earlier on in his career, picking up the 3rd spot here in a nice try, a neck in front of Monkey Puzzle, who did pick up the 4th spot. The winner, Rochester, a horse that we are likely to see here in Saratoga, is a 6-year-old son of Green Dancer from Central City by Midian. He was bred in Pennsylvania by George Strawbridge Jr., owned by Augustin Stable and trained by Jonathan Shepard. Ridden to victory by Pat Day, who rides with anticipation for the same connections. Rochester completes the 1.5 miles on the turf course in 2:29 and 4. We are going to head back now to Delaware Park one more time for the second division of the Cape Henlopen. Once again, we are going to join this race in progress. Let's head back down to Delaware for the second division of the Cape Henlopen.
The mile in 1:38 4, tempo quick in there, and Midwatch on the front end. Pantar moves between horses. Right there, Man from Wicklow. 2 lengths to Regal Dynasty. Dr. Brunla moves up on the inside. Craig Steele also right there. They're bunching up, followed by Certainty. Then comes Perfect Stranger. It's a wide open affair. Pantar by ahead. Man from Wicklow is right there. A left and after Regal Dynasty. Dr. Brunla needs some racing room as they head for home. Pantar joined by Man from Wicklow. They're head to head. On the outside, here comes Craig Steele fighting now. In between horses, Regal Dynasty. 5 of them with a shot. On the outside, Craig Steele, Man from Wicklow. Regal Dynasty is splitting on. Craig Steele is all out under the drive, edging away. And Craig Steele and Michael McCarthy will win it. Man from Wicklow second. Regal Dynasty followed by a late running Sunspot.
Craig Steele and Mike McCarthy also picking up favorite victories here. Length and a quarter, again the margin from Man from Wicklow, horse that's been training in New York, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him reappear here in Saratoga. Regal Dynasty, an allowance winner from last summer's Saratoga meet, starts the pace, makes a 3-wide bid, but was outfinished by a neck. The winner, Craig Steele, is a 7-year-old son of Suave Dancer from Applecross by Glint of Gold. Bred in Great Britain by Sir David Wills, he is owned by Catherine R. Wills. Trained by Christophe Clement and ridden to victory by Mike McCarthy. Craig Steele completes the 1.5 miles of the Cape Henlopen, a little quicker than the first division, 2:28 and 1. We are going to pause now for a brief message, and when we return, we'll be taking a look at stakes racing action from the Mid-Atlantic as well as the Midwest. Please stay tuned.
This year, many thoroughbreds, no longer able to compete, will join the ranks of racing's homeless. Since 1982, the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation and its supporters have been providing help and hope for those in need, creating opportunities where once there were none. The TRF, together with the racing industry, is meeting the challenge, taking care of their own. Yesterday's innovative concepts, combining the TRF's rescue mission with educational and rehabilitation goals, have become today's life-saving success stories and a track record of unsurpassed growth. Safely retired thoroughbreds are now enjoying second careers, bringing responsibility, healing, and purpose to the lives of those who need it most. With your help, we can continue our saving mission, ensuring many more horses the welcome home they so richly deserve.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. Next, we're going to be heading to Monmouth Park for the running of the Tyro Stakes on Saturday, $50,000 for the juveniles. Let's head down to Monmouth for Saturday's running of the Tyro.
They're racing in the Tyro. Downplay on the far outside had a very good start. Blackjack Boy going right with him, and then comes Jet Love along the inside. Farno did not come out of the gate that fast. He's 4th right now, and he's 3 lengths off the lead with True American Spirit outside of him. And Maximilian is last and 6 off the lead as they race into the far turn. It's Jet Love, Downplay, and Blackjack Boy between those two, running an opening quarter in 21 4/5 seconds. Farno just off the leaders, going wide into the turn. True American Spirit and Maximilian trying to keep up. They have 5/16 to go, and Downplay and Dale Beckner have wrested command now at the quarter pole. Then comes Blackjack Boy in second. Down toward the rail, Jet Love retreats third, Farno fourth. Then to the outside, it's Maximilian in the final furlong. The leader is Downplay. Long shot Maximilian running on strongly with Farno and Blackjack Boy on the inside. Here comes Farno just outside of Downplay. Then Blackjack Boy and Maximilian. Farno on the outside. Farno wins the Tyro.
Farno entered the race as a maiden, comes out a stakes winner with a head victory over Downplay in a very solid effort here. This horse had run very well in defeat behind some nice colts, and now gets a perfect trip, scoring his first victory in stakes company. Downplay, very nice speedy try from this horse who contested the pace in the early going with Jet Love. Actually, his stablemate did not work out very well for the entry there from Ronnie Werner. Maximilian rallies from off the pace into the 3rd spot. The winner, Farno, is a bay colt, a 2-year-old son of Tactical Advantage from Concord's Info by Concord Bound, bred in Florida by Patricia Generazio, trained by Frank Generazio, and ridden to victory by Tommy Turner. Farno completes the 5.5 furlongs of the Tyro in 1:05 flat. Next, we're going to head to Ohio to Thistledown for the running of the Ohio Derby. This race has been a bit of a movable feast. It's been run at different times of the year over the last several years. It is a Grade 2, has drawn a solid but very short field for this year's running at 1 1/8 miles. Let's head out to Thistledown now for the $300,000 Ohio Derby.
All set. Fields sent on their way in the Ohio Derby. The compact field of 4 came away in fine order. As expected, Jorge Chavez gonna let Wiseman's Ferry clip along and take that lead. Under the wire for the first time, he's traveling easy. Here's Magic Wisner, a length and a half back in second, and Robbie Davis has Peekskill now in third, about 5 lengths off those leaders, and the Judge Says Who trails about 10 lengths off the front end. Into the clubhouse turn they go, and as expected, it's the front running. Wiseman's Ferry got himself a comfortable lead, length and a half to Magic Wisner, 23 for the opening quarter. Come back another 2.5 back to Peekskill. Robbie Davis traveling comfortably in third, past the 6 furlong pole. He's 5 off the front end, and then it's another 5 lengths back to the Judge Says Who. He and Mark Guidry quite content to trail early. As the foursome settles down, travels past the 5 furlong pole. There's no change here. It's still Wiseman's Ferry, but Magic Wisner is right there. He's sitting right behind him today. He's up with the pace, about a length and a half off the lead. It's 3.5 back to Peekskill and another 2 back to the Judge Says Who in 47 and 2. This is a steady half so far. This horse can run on from here. Not letting go. Right in second is Magic Wisner though, and Peekskill now is asked for some run. Peekskill closing in past the 3. It's still Magic Wisner by a length and a half. Outside of that now, Magic Wisner is closing to Peekskill, who's gaining as well. 3 of them take closer order, and here comes the Judge Says Who. They get to the top of the lane, about 3/16 to go now. Magic Wisner between horses. On the inside rail, Wiseman's Ferry is there. These two are dueling, and Peekskill getting involved too. The Judge Says Who behind that one. It's a tough Wiseman's Ferry, but Magic Wisner wants to come back on. A 16th to go. Wiseman's Ferry, Magic Wisner in a desperate Ohio Derby duel. They get to the wire. Magic Wisner gets up to beat Wiseman's Ferry. The Judge Says Who is third, and 4th place to Peekskill.
Magic Wisner getting up in the final jumps for the victory. A very nice game effort from this horse, giving chase behind Wiseman's Ferry every step of the way. Finally re-rallies on the outside in a long stretch drive to pick up the victory as the second choice behind pace setter Wiseman's Ferry. The Judge Says Who rallies from off the pace. Unfortunately, only a short field of 4 going, as Graybeard was a scratch on the card, but Judge Says Who finishing 4th. Peekskill made a bit of a move up the backstretch, but was out finished for the 3rd spot and had to settle for 4th and last. The winner, Magic Wisner, picking up his first graded stakes here. He did almost win the Preakness Stakes, is now a graded stakes winner. He's a 3-year-old son of Ameri Valet from Jazima by both Forbes. He was bred in Maryland by his owner and trainer, Nancy Alberts. Ridden to victory by regular rider Richie Migliori. Magic Wisner completes the 1 1/8 miles of the Ohio Derby in 1:49 and 4. Staying in the Midwest, next heading to the Chicago area to Arlington Park for a pair, beginning with Saturday's running of the Hanshin Cup, a $100,000 flat mile. Let's head to Arlington now for the running of the Hanshin.
Away and running. Bonaparte breaks fast along with Heroes Tribute. X-Country up there on the outside. Discreet Hero, Slider, Been the Best, and Mercenary. Bonaparte showing his sprinter speed right here, right now. And it's Bonaparte, leader of the pack, onto the main track. Gerard Melanson and Bonaparte clear of Heroes Tribute by 3.5 lengths. Slider settles in well toward the rail. Just ahead of Discreet Hero, next in 4th. 3 lengths ahead of X-Country. Then it's Mercenary running 1 from the back, and late running Been the Best is running in 7th. The opening quarter, 23 seconds flat. Bonaparte remains off the inside parts of the track, now slightly over toward the rail. Bonaparte clear of Heroes Tribute by 5 and through a half in 45 and 1. Bonaparte leads Heroes Tribute, then Slider. Then still 5 more lengths back to Mercenary, who's moved up inside of Discreet Hero. X-Country's coming under a very hard ride, and the whip 2.5 furlongs out, and Been the Best still has 11 lengths to close in as Heroes Tribute comes now to Bonaparte, and Slider has an inviting opening down there at the rail as they leave the far turn. 6 furlongs in 109 flat. Bonaparte confronted by Slider as they come down to the final furlong. 3 lengths in front of Heroes Tribute, Discreet Hero and Mercenary. It is Bonaparte, and he's tough on the lead today. Slider has been left back by Bonaparte. Bonaparte to win the 1 mile Hanshin Cup by 3. Slider second, Discreet Hero third. Heroes Tribute fourth.
Bonaparte stretches out. This is a horse that's pretty much done nothing but sprint for the last couple of years. Stretches out to a mile, does contest the pace, has a couple of rivals try him, including Heroes Tribute, who made a nice middle move, but he was able to draw off to an easy 2.25 length victory at 5.5 to 1 over Slider. Slider moving up a bit in company. He is, I believe, still the horse that holds the record for the highest buyer speed figure on this season thus far. Discreet Hero, a horse for course at Arlington Park, picks up the 3rd spot with a nice effort from mid-pack. Heroes Tribute has to settle for 4th after just making that big move from a stalking position, had nothing left to offer and finished 4th in the field. Favorite Been the Best never got involved at all, showing absolutely nothing from the gate. The winner, Bonaparte, is a 6-year-old gelded son of Sabona from Pavlova by Nijinsky II, bred in Kentucky by Dr. William O. Reed. He is owned by Jimmy and Dennis Richard and trained by Norman Miller. Ridden to victory by Gerard Melanson, Bonaparte completes the mile of the Hanshin, in the 2-turn mile, I might add, in a quick 1:34 flat. Going to head right back to Arlington for the Grade 2 American Derby contested on Sunday. This is 3-year-olds going a mile and 3/16 on the turf for $225,000. Let's head back out to Arlington for the running of the American Derby.
Away and running in the 88th American Derby. Cappuccino strides away along with Scooter Roach toward the inside. Extra Check, and now here's a Fleet Buck on the outside. Chaz Beat is just in back of these leaders. And it's Robin Z followed by Sieński. Mananin McClear is last of the 8 as they come past the stands for the first time. Cappuccino, Scooter Roach, and a Fleet Buck, and these are the tri-leaders as they head toward the first turn. Jazz Beat just in back of them. Extra Check over toward the rail, leading Robin Z, followed then by Sieński and Mananin McClear. The opening quarter, 25 seconds flat. Not much pace on as they move through the clubhouse turn. Cappuccino to a short lead. A Fleet Buck right there now to tackle. Scooter Roach is up and on this pace too. Jazz Beat and Patrick Smullen just off these leaders, running in 4th while covering Extra Check down there at the rail in 5th. Sieński well within reach of these leaders. Sieński is only 4 from leader of Fleet Buck, Robin Z, and in back of horses, Mananin McClear is last. Very close-knit field. The field covered by 5 lengths with 4 furlongs to go. The half went in 49 and 4. It is Cappuccino, who's just a neck in front of a Fleet Buck, and Scooter Roach has been battling between these 2 runners. Jazz Beat is only 2 lengths away as they enter the far turn. Extra Check ground saving. Sieński 5 lengths away. Mananin McClear still in back of horses. Mananin McClear now quickens on well, but dicing between horses now. And Robin Z as they leave the far turn, 2 furlongs to go. 3/4 in 1:14 and 2. It is Mananin McClear and Jazz Beat who now come forward. Scooter Roach, Cappuccino drops away. Extra Check between horses. They're coming down toward the 16th pole. It is Jazz Beat, the Irish bred, tackled by Mananin McClear and Renee Douglas on the outside. Extra Check is running 3rd. It is Mananin McClear coming away with the American Derby. Mananin McClear by 3/4 of a length from Jazz Beat 2nd. Extra Check 3rd, well ahead of Robin Z 4th, then Scooter Roach.
Mananin McClear picking up a victory. This is a horse that began his career in Great Britain. He had won his only career start in Europe and came to the United States, the nation in which he was born, over the winter time. Has been out on the West Coast with Wally Delassie. Enters Graded Stakes Company and picks up a far off the pace rallying win, 3/4 of a length over Jazz Beat, with Extra Check rallying from off the pace into the 3rd spot. The winner, Mananen McClear, a Bay 3-year-old son of Royal Academy from St. Lucinda by San Jovite, was bred in Kentucky by the Freshman Group Limited, is owned by Michael Jarvis and Gary Margolis et al., and is trained by Wally DeLassy. Ridden to victory by Renee Douglas, who has been absolutely terrific in the Midwest this whole season. Mananen McClear completes the mile in 3/16 on the Arlington turf in 1:57 flat. One more race before another break, and we're back on the turf at Woodbine in the Chinese Cultural Center Stakes. The race, formerly known as the Hong Kong Jockey Club Trophy, is a Grade 2 $300,000 event for older horses on the grass. Let's head to Woodbine now for the Chinese Cultural Center Stakes.
They're off in the Chinese Cultural Center Stakes. Strike Smartly away alertly to the inside. Speed of Light is showing early speed, and Quiet Resolve is on the extreme outside. Moontage in behind horses along with Stage Classic. Then we have Lodge Hill, who's toward the rail as they make their way up to the backstretch. Jose Espinoza and Speed of Light stalked in the early going by Quiet Resolve. Strike Smartly, Stage Classic is in between horses. No Comprende is on the extreme outside. Then there's a break of 4 lengths to Allende. Moontage is toward the hedge. Lodge Hill is second to last, and trailing this field is Going Boldly. Just under a mile remaining now. Quiet Resolve is up on the outside, and Speed of Light is at the hedge. They're nose and nose as they continue along the backstretch through an opening half mile of 49 1/5 of a second. No Comprende sits off the dueling leaders in third. Stage Classic toward the rail in fourth. Andy is fifth, 7 lengths off the lead. Strike Smartly is back in 6th position. Moontage angled off the hedge in 7th. Then Lodge Hill and Going Boldly, and they sweep into the far turn. Speed of Light by a length now. Quiet Resolve camped at his flank in second. No Comprende close up third with less than a half mile to run. Stage Classic has got a perfect trip, needs some running as they come to the 3/8 pole. Then Allende and Strike Smartly, and here comes Quiet Resolve. And Quiet Resolve once again confronts Speed of Light. Stage Classic has an opening on the inside for Ray Sabrin. Those three across the course as they come to the quarter pole. Quiet Resolve on the outside. Todd Cable sets him down. Speed of Light can find no more. Stage Classic is to the inside. Allende begins to close. Moontage down the center of this E.P. Taylor turf course. Final furlong. Quiet Resolve. Here comes entry mate Strike Smartly. Strike Smartly and Quiet Resolve. Which one will it be? Strike Smartly on the outside. Strike Smartly and Quiet Resolve in a bob of the head finish in the Chinese Cultural Center Stakes.
Strike Smartly picking up the victory under Laurie Goulas from off the pace, allowed to settle very nicely inside, angled out on the turn, and picks up the head victory over stablemate Quiet Resolve with Montej back in the 3rd spot. This is the first graded stakes victory for Strike Smartly, who I believe becomes the 6th graded stakes winner from this dam. Classy and Smart, who has produced nothing but good horses throughout her entire career, including a number of fillies who dance smartly, being one of them, who has turned out to be a top broodmare in her own right. Strike Smartly is a 5-year-old bay horse, a son of Mr. Prospector from Classy and Smart by Smarten, bred by the Samson Farm in Ontario, Canada. He is owned by Samson Farm and trained by Mark Frosted. Ridden to victory by Laurie Goulas. Strike Smartly completes the mile in 3/8 on the Woodbine turf in 2:13 flat. We are going to pause now for one more brief message, and when we return, we'll be heading to Hollywood Park and then heading home to the final weekend of stakes racing action at Belmont. Please stay tuned.
Children and adults with disabilities are finding new freedom through horseback riding. For more information on programs and centers near you, contact NARA at 1-800-369-RIDE.
Who is this woman? A world-class tennis player? A famous fashion model? No, this is Diane Nelson, one of the nation's top-ranked jockeys. When Diane rides, she wants the best horse. And when Diane has a day off, she wants the best entertainment. And that's at the Teletheater Clubhouse.
If you haven't been to the Teletheater Clubhouse yet, you're missing something. It's really for everyone. Bring your friends, your family, and come on down.
The Teletheater Clubhouse, Central Avenue, Albany.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. Next, we're going to be heading out to Hollywood Park, finishing off their summer season with a pair of stakes on the weekend. We're going to first take a look at Saturday's Hollywood Juvenile Championship, a Grade 3 for 2-year-olds. Let's head out to Hollywood for the running of the Juvenile Championship.
They're off. Calf Wayne bounced around just a bit at the start. Crown Dancer and Oberwald right to the front. Out here away in third. Then Pine for Java and Chief Planner. Calf Wayne is out of last place now. He is second to last, and the trailer is Long Shot Come On. A speed duel up the backstretch in the Juvenile Championship, and Crown Dancer and Oberwald are 1-2, but Crown Dancer is traveling smartly at the half-mile pole. He's a half length in front. Oberwald is second by a length and a half, with Out of Here, Chief Planner between horses, and Pine for Java, all three from the front. Calf Wayne is 3 wide and 5 lengths off the lead, and 5 lengths last to Come On as Crown Dancer is in charge to the quarter pole. But here comes both Out of Here and Calf Wayne, and you better take a look at Calf Wayne. He's all the way up to second in the white blinkers on the move. Between horses goes Out of Here. Down at the rail, it's Oberwald. Pine for Java and Chief Planner make it 6, separated by 3 as they head for home. It is Crown Dancer and Out of Here. Calf Wayne is now settled in third, and he's not going anywhere. Crown Dancer and to the outside, Out of Here. These two will decide it. Crown Dancer is still in front. Out of Here is second. Chief Planner up into third, and it is Crown Dancer to win. Crown Dancer won by 2. Out of Here was second. Chief Planner finished third, and Calf Wayne finished fourth.
Crown Dancer and Alex Solis returning off a little bit of an upset last time out. They were beaten last time out, returning with a very nice 2-length victory on the front end every step of the way after dueling it out in the early going with Oberwald, put away that rival and had enough to hold off Out of Here and Chief Planner as they rallied from off the pace. The favorite, Calf Wayne, quite disappointing in here, did get off to a bit of a sluggish start, hesitated a bit out of the gate for Bob Baffert and Victor Espinoza, and never really got into the running at all. The winner, Crown Dancer, is a 2-year-old chestnut son of Tactical Advantage from Caveat Opt by Chief's Crown, bred in Florida by Val and Bill Hunter, owned by the Eastern Sky Unlimited Trust and Charles Kono, trained by Christopher Posh and ridden to victory by Alex Solis. Crown Dancer completes the 6 furlongs of the Juvenile Championship in 1:10 flat. Final stakes race of the Hollywood Meet, the Sunset, as the sun sets on the Hollywood Park Meet, a Grade 2 $250,000 event going along on the turf course. Let's head back out to Hollywood once more for the running of the Sunset.
They're off. Grammarian, Slew the Red, and Continental Red go out for the front. These 3 are quickest early. At Minnie Strader and Kim Loves Bucky are next. Then comes Lord Flashheart, and the early trailer is Ringus Kitty. It is Slew the Red to ride the rail at the far turn the first time around, and Victor Espinoza puts Slew the Red on the engine. He's 2 lengths in front. Grammarian settles in second with Continental Red a tugging third. At Minnie Strader has angled to the inside to save some ground first time around. He's 4th and 4 from the front. Kim Loves Bucky has 6 to come, then Lord Flashheart, and the early trailer is Ringus Kitty. As they pass the stands for the first time, a solid opening quarter of 24 2/5 seconds for Victor Espinoza, and Slew the Red, there's 1 lap to go. Slew the Red leads by just over a length from Grammarian, who races in second. Continental Red has settled down now. He's 3rd and 4 from the front. At Minnie Strader gallops 4th. He's got 5 lengths to make up. Kim Loves Bucky is 5th. He's 7 lengths off the lead. And now at the back of the pack jointly are Ringus Kitty and Lord Flashheart as they race into the clubhouse turn. The half in 49 seconds flat. They slowed it down just a bit for the second quarter, and Slew the Red is in charge to the backstretch. He turns into the backside, 6 furlongs from the wire in the 61st running of the Sunset Handicap, and he's traveling smartly on the lead. He's 2 lengths in front of Grammarian, who races in second. At Minnie Strader is moving nicely. He moves up third, now within 2 of the front, as Continental Red is now 3 deep. Kim Loves Bucky is 5th, only 3 from the front. Then it's a length and a 4.5 to Ringus Kitty and Lord Flashheart as they head up the back stretch. There's a half-mile left to run now, and Slew the Red is still fresh going into the far turn. In fact, he quickens, and Slew the Red leads by a length and a half. Grammarian continues to track in second, and Minnie Strader puts himself in perfect striking position. Continental Red is next, now 3.5 off the lead. Kim Loves Bucky is next. Lord Flashheart has 6 to come. He's going to have to fly. Ringus Kitty is next, and they race to the top of the stretch. Slew the Red asks for a full-out drive. Grammarian, a big long shot outside of him. Slew the Red gets a tap of the whip on the shoulder, but Grammarian heads him to the top of the lane. Administrator is next. Then comes Continental Red. Kim Loves Bucky. Not today for Lord Flashheart, and Grammarian has taken over the lead. Administrator splits horses. Continental Red to the outside. Maybe today for Lord Flashheart. Look at him fly late. Grammarian, Lord Flashheart, Continental Red, Grammarian. Yes!
It was a long turf race, and obviously the favorite was trained by Mr. Frankel, but he did not win it. A head victory here to the longest shot on the board at 29-1 for Grammarian, a big upsetter for this this 4-year-old son of Definite Article, who was bred in Kentucky but has strictly European pedigree. Brice Blanc aboard. Continental Red, one of the choices in here, a head back with a head in front of Lord Flashheart in a 3-horse photo finish. Favored Lord Flashheart rallying from far, far off the pace, not having enough to get past the top 2. The winner, Grammarian, is a 4-year-old gelded son of Definite Article from Leaping Water by Sure Blade. He was bred in Kentucky by the Pacific Heritage Farm. He is owned by Pacific Heritage Farm and is trained by Kellen Gorder. Ridden to victory by Brice Blanc, Grammarian completes the 1.5 miles of the Sunset in 2:26 and 2. Pair of stakes races to finish off the Belmont meet, starting on Saturday with the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks for 3-year-old fillies going the classic 1.5 miles, $350,000 the purse. Let's head down to Belmont for the running of the Coaching Club American Oaks.
And they're off. Oh, a stumbling beginning for Jill Bob, stumbling so badly coming out of the starting gate. Jeremiah Rain comes out in good order. So too Shamroos, and Shop Till You Drop is in between those two. And down toward the inside, Sister Girl Blues, who's coming up. Then it's Tarnished Lady in behind them. Linda Etter settling at the back of the pack. And it was a disastrous beginning for Jill Bob, who trails the field. Around the first turn. And vying for the lead here are Sister Girl Blues and Shamroos. Just in behind them, Jeremiah Rain gets a good spot in the early going. Then it's Shop Till You Drop, who's rating on her outside 4th. It's another 2.5 lengths back to Tarnished Lady. Then there's a break of 7 back to the 2 trailers, Jill Bob and Linda Etter. The first quarter went in 24 2/5 seconds. Shamroos takes over now with a mile to run. The opening half mile, 48 2. Shamroos the leader. Sister Girl Blues just to her inside. And then it's Jeremiah Rain and Shop Till You Drop. They're both about 3 lengths from the lead. They're followed closely by Tarnished Lady. Then there's a break of 9 lengths back to Jill Bob. Linda Etter is the trailer as they continue their run down the Belmont backstretch here. Shamroos is the leader. Shamroos in front with 5.5 furlongs remaining. They've run 3 quarters in 1:12 3. The pace is a sensible one. The leader is Shamroos, and with her the whole way has been Sister Girl Blues, and not far behind Jeremiah Rain and Shop Till You Drop. Those two are followed by Tarnished Lady. Tarnished Lady now being asked to pick it up as they enter the far turn. It's a break of another 4 back to Jill Bob and Linda Etter. Around the far turn now, 1 mile in 1:37 4. Shamroos is shaking loose from Sister Girl Blues, who's dropped back now. But here comes a fresh challenge from Shop Till You Drop, and Tarnished Lady is there on the outside. And Linda Etter and Jill Bob are both closing in on the leaders as they come to the top of the stretch. On the outside, it's Tarnished Lady. Shamroos is battling on. Just in behind them, it's Shop Till You Drop. Then Jill Bob, and on the far outside, Linda Etter. They're at the top of the stretch, and Tarnished Lady has come away with the lead. It's Tarnished Lady in front. Jill Bob is running a huge race here. She's second now on the outside. Shamroos is giving away 3rd. They're coming down to the finish, and Jill Bob has taken the lead. Tarnished Lady was 2nd. Shop Till You Drop 3rd. Jill Bob overcoming a stumbling start, but she won it on the wire by a length.
Jill Bob stumbles badly out of the gate, but still recovers nicely and picks up a 1.5 length victory. The male equivalent of this race, essentially the Belmont Stakes. We saw the favorite stumble badly in, of course, War Emblem. He was not able to make up much ground. Jill Bob, on the other hand, gets a perfect trip by Mike Luzzy, sits back off the pace and rallies nicely at the top of the stretch, had enough left to pass Tarnished Lady, who had opened up about a length or so at the midway point of the drive. She settles for the second spot with Shop Till You Drop, rallying from just off the pace into the third spot. Favorite in the field was Shamroos, who was involved from the start. She did get into a little bit of an early tussle, but ended up fading into the fourth spot. She may have had a little bit ambitious spot for her in terms of the distance. The winner, Jill Bob, however, had no problem with the distance based on her pedigree. She is a 3-year-old daughter of AP Indy from Headline by Machiavellian, bred in Kentucky by Darley Stud Management, owned by Godolphin Racing, trained by Saeed bin Surur, and ridden to victory by Mike Luzzy. Jill Bob completes the 1.5 miles, the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks in 2:31 and 2. Final stakes race of the Belmont meet, the Evan Shipman Handicap for New York bred, $75,000 for the older horses, going 1.16 miles on the main. Let's head down to Belmont once more for the season and take a look at the Evan Shipman.
And they're off. Affair in the Air and Turn of the Century. Turn of the Century. Affair in the Air right alongside, their heads apart, Personal Pro on the extreme outside. And down towards the inside is Stalwart Member. Mountain Intrepid came away racing in 5th. Sherpa Guide trails the field in 6th as they move up the backstretch. And now it's Turn of the Century who comes away with the lead. Turn of the Century by a length. Stalwart Member is in 2nd. Mountain Intrepid now coming on through to take 3rd. Affair in the Air back running in 4th after an opening quarter in 23 and 4. Personal Pro is now in 5th. And Sherpa Guide is the trailer in 6th. It's the gray Turn of the Century showing the way by a length and a half. Stalwart Member is 2nd by a half length with Mount Intrepid on the outside in 3rd. The half was running 46 and 3 into the far turn. Turn of the Century leads by 2 lengths. Stalwart Member 2nd by a head. Mount Intrepid on the outside in 3rd. It's 3 lengths to Personal Pro. Affair in the Air and Sherpa Guide is the trailer in 6th. The leader is Turn of the Century. Turn of the Century by a length and a half. Mount Intrepid on the outside moves into 2nd. Stalwart Member back running in 3rd. 3/4 went in 1:10 and 3. Sherpa Guide moves into 4th as the field comes into the stretch. It's Turn of the Century leading with Sherpa Guide gaining on the outside. 1/8 of a mile to the finish. It's Turn of the Century under the whip. Sherpa Guide on the outside. Sherpa Guide's in front with a 1/16 to the finish. Then Turn of the Century and Mount Intrepid. It's Sherpa Guide from off the pace to win the Evan Shipman. Turn of the Century held 2nd.
Sherpa Guide picking up, I believe, his first stakes victory here in restricted company. Even or just over even money favorite over Turn of the Century. A 3-length victory. Turn of the Century on the stretch out here. Certainly a much improved effort over his prior try sprinting. A good 2nd place finish by this horse off the long, second time off the long layoff. Mount Intrepid rallies very sharply. He's the type of horse that likes to run on the inside. He made his rally a little on the wide side. May have cost him a bit, finishing in the 3rd spot. Sherpa Guide, the winner, is a 4-year-old bay colt, a son of Enswell from Passive Action by Double Negative, was bred by the Berkshire Stud in New York. He is owned by Berkshire Stud and trained by Tommy Bush. Ridden to victory by Jose Santos. Sherpa Guide completes the 1.16 miles of the Evan Shipman in 1:42 and 3. That concludes a busy weekend of stakes racing action, and that's nothing compared to what's coming up. Of course, next week's program will have opening week stakes racing action from Del Mar and here in Saratoga, as well as other stakes races from around the country. We hope you'll be able to join us then. Thanks very much for watching this week. I'm Jean Wood, and I'll see you back here next time.